Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtian YJ here, and I honestly, for two things. Two things. First of all, I am not recording on my usual setup, so if this is a little weird, sorry for the if it's the audio is off or whatever it might be. But don't have internet at my house, so I'm recording off my hotspot. I just got the brilliant idea at like 10 p.m. on Sunday, so you guys are getting the freshest of market content. But I want to go ahead and say, first things first, we are nearing 2,100 subscribers, so thank you each and every single one of you guys for subscribing. This has been an absolutely amazing trip so far. Second thing is we got to take a look at this market because it is absolutely wild, running absolutely rampant right now with all these meta decks topping at the moment. So what I did, thankfully, that the TCG player has this nice little best decks of Cyberstorm access so far in their website, so you can actually go ahead and see exactly what are going to be some of the best decks out there at the moment, which is nice because it lets me look at what cards are being most impacted. And one of the cards that was very, very surprising, of course, that you can see clearly on your screen here, is going to be number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Only one printing coming out of Battles of Legend Relentless Revenge. Not exactly remembering when this was released, but the card has skyrocketed in price, doubled in price. It looks like within the past few days or so. Market rate right now is showing $50, but it's clearly gone up upwards of $90 to $100 for a near mint first edition. I know I have a copy. I'm going to move it immediately because that is insane. So this is pretty much going to be being used in any p.u.n.k variant of the Gold Pride. Apparently they can go into this as well as number 100 and put out some massive damage. So that is something to keep in mind. If you guys have a number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, you are going to want to offload those ASAP. It only has one printing again from Battles of Legend. I do not see this card getting a reprint anytime soon, even though us Galaxy Photon players has been asking for one. So it is something you guys want to definitely go ahead and keep in mind. When a card doubles in price is usually time to pick it up. And speaking of cards doubling in price, we're going to take a look at Axel Synchron Stardust Dragon out of Maze of Memories. This card has definitely more than doubled in price since it originally came out. When it first came out of Maze of Memories, I think a lot of people wrote this card off as not being very good just yet. And the just yet has now happened, ladies and gentlemen. We are at a point where the card was $16, $17. It is now risen to $60 to $65 per copy. Absolutely wild that this card is going up so high. But honestly, I do not think this is a big surprise for a lot of people. Let's go ahead and say that right off the bat. I mean, essentially, this is going to be a mandatory card you are going to need if you're going to play Super Heavy Samurai, which clearly is showing to be one of the best decks of the format. After the opening weekend and this past week, it's showing a lot of regional, local tops as well. We have the championship seasons coming up here in just about a month or so after recording this video. So it is something to keep in mind if you guys are going to want to play these decks competitively. And not only those decks as well. I mean, there's other surprise decks as well that do play this card also. It's just a great way to go ahead and make sure you're able to get your Baron on the board, or Synchro Climb, or if you guys want to summon a Stardust Dragon from your extra deck for free, this is going to be the best way to do it. So Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon out of Maze of Memories, $65 per card. Absolutely insane. Has absolutely skyrocketed in price. Another card that has shot up quite a bit is XYZ Encore out of the 2014 Megatins. Actually has two printings, I believe, if not three, two printings, going for around $15 each. I believe I covered this card a few weeks ago, and it was around the $10 to $11 range. It's still going up, but it looks like it has started to cool off just a little bit, as we have not received a ban list yet, at the time of recording this video, in order to make it official that Pirelli and Super Heavy Samurai are the best decks of the format. I believe that Konami is waiting until we get more tournament results just to see how much of an impact Super Heavy Samurai and Pirelli are going to have on the format. Honestly, I could see them slightly hitting Super Heavy Samurai with how consistent that deck is. Pirelli maybe not so much because all the cards are brand new, but it is something to keep in mind moving forward. In the event that they do want to go ahead and hit, of course, the Super Heavy Samurai strategy, XYZ Encore will go up shoot even higher through the roof, as it is one of the main counters to the Pirelli strategy as well. So you can see it's for a $16 for $15 for a heavy plate. If you want a near mint first ed, it's going to run you anywhere between $17 to $20 per copy. But that's not the end of it all as well. Of course, we're going to go ahead and take a look at right now. So the Super Heavy Samurai, of course, like I mentioned before, has held up to its standard as being one of the best decks of the format. Not only is it wildly consistent, of course, showing up with 12 to 15 starters, depending on if you consider Soul Peacemaker a starter. I personally believe it is 15 starters in the main. A few combo pieces that you may not want to draw, but you can still go ahead and draw into them without it being a huge impact or detriment to your combo. And then on top of that, the entire rest of the deck can be entirely made up of hand traps. I think this is the recipe for success. We saw it with Prank Kits, we saw it in multiple other decks in the past. If a deck can run 15 to 18 hand traps and still have enough time and enough space to combo off, it is a huge threat to the format. So Super Heavy Samurai definitely deserving of its increased price point. Even then, the entire decking, I'm pretty sure you can go ahead and pick up for around $200 to $250. So it is something to keep in mind. It's still considered a very, very budget friendly strategy for us meta contenders. Now, on the opposite side of that coin, we of course have the Pirelli strategy, which is anything but budget friendly, my friends. We have 3 cards, all 3 of course, in the main deck, running you around $300 retail to go ahead and pick up. Pirelli itself is a $40 card, which you are of course going to need to pay 3 of. Thank goodness that we did get a break in the newest set, Cyberstorm Access, with the Pirelli Lily and the Sleepy Memory being commons in that set. But it is going to keep in mind 300 minimum, and then that's not even including the extra deck cards or anything like that. Now, the extra deck's not overly wild either, but there are a lot of cards you are going to want to pick up to be able to how would I say this? To be able to enhance. That's a good word. To be able to enhance. Also, I don't have my editing software on this computer, so I'm really just to go ahead and go in one take for this. So I hope it ends up being well. Anyway, moving on from Pirelli, guys, as you can see, absolutely wild just for these 3 cards, but the rest of it is pretty budget friendly. So you're probably going to be spending around $350 to $400 for the entire deck. So it is going to keep in mind as well. Both top decks are going to be relatively even. I want to say as far as price is concerned, Pirelli a little bit more. So it really just depends on what playstyle you are seeking to have. Pirelli, I think, is more the control base. Super Heavy Samurai is more the combo, break my board style deck with a lot of follow-up potential as well. Next, we have the branded Despier strategy actually doing quite a bit with this brand new card, Quem, that came out. And as a result, of course, Blazing Cartesia out of Darkwing Blast has skyrocketed in price as well. Of course, there was a little bit of hype right before the set drop, but now we have confirmed that the card is definitely worth picking up. Running anywhere between 1 to 2 copies per deck list. I think $60 is, of course, high, to put it lightly, but nevertheless, you cannot underestimate the power of a truly good card, and I think this is one of the ones that truly brings another sense of depth to the strategy, and a card that is definitely mandatory if you're looking to pick up the branded strategy. Next, we have the Punk engine with no Punk Foxy Tune, I should say, coming up at a $35 price point, which I believe was the height of its existence last year, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked back that far. Yep, so around the $35 price point is normally where it was at the highest peak last year as well, back when Punk was absolutely running rampant through the meta. And it has skyrocketed back to being that same value once again. For those of us who picked up the card when it was $7, congratulations, you make 5 times your money. And if you're looking at it from a business perspective, that is actually really, really good. So congratulations to all of you as well. Now, of course, there are other decks that are coming into the format as being one of the contenders, I should say. Not tier 1 perhaps, but definitely high contention. Next one will be Mech with Firewall support. Firewall Defensor has come up as one of the premier strategies to go ahead and use with the Mech as well. Originally on release, no one thought too much of this card being a $5-6 card, but it has skyrocketed to $13 to $15 per copy as well. One of the best ultra rares you're going to be pulling out of Cyberstorm Access. Again, this set just came out. People have been cracking the set open like crazy, at least here where I am at. If it's different from where you guys are at, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. But Honestly, Firewall Defensor has actually proven to be one of the main staples in the Mech strategy, along with, of course, Access Code Talker rising up in price to the initial price where it was long ago, the $50 to $60 per copy. Of course, that's for the secret rare version. There are other copies you can go ahead and pick up. I personally have the gold rare version. While it's not the prettiest, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it is still the same card, still gets the job done. Sorry for the slow Wi-Fi here. Again, I'm working off my hotspot. But if you go to all versions right now, you can definitely see the gold rare going for around $30 to $35. Again, we're just waiting for it to load. Please be patient for me, guys. Appreciate you so much. So we can definitely go ahead and see a $30 price point to $35 price point for the gold rare. Or if you still want the secret rare, the reprint out of Battles of Legends Crystal Revenge is still around $35 to $40 per copy. So it's definitely worth go ahead and take a look at. I will definitely do the same now that I know that they're the same price. Besides that, guys, this is going to be it for the market watch for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Honestly, this is kind of weird not being in my usual setup. So again, the volume of audio is a little weird. My transitions aren't as smooth. Again, I apologize. I don't have my full setup in front of me. But again, let me know what you guys think of these cards in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited for this upcoming format? Honestly, I'm so excited for the balance to hit. I cannot contain myself. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.